those maggers. What the hell's wrong with these people? My giddy aunt. Oh dear, God, I don't know if I can take it. They're all lunatics. I just keep coming across video clips of lunatics and they're all MAGA type people. Oh my giddy aunt, what the hell is the world coming to? Let's put you over there. Well, hello then, welcome to AllShorts. Well, I didn't upload any videos today apart from a shitload of shorts. No long form today, but you know, shit happens, doesn't it? So, what an absolute crazy time we are living in, has got to be said. Although I feel like one of the fortunate ones not living in the United States, because that place is absolutely crazy. It's just, I just can't keep up with it. I'm trying my best, but I just can't keep up with this level of crazy. Nothing makes sense over there. It's just, it's a crock of shit. It really is. What's going on with the bloody White House? They knocked down half of it. There's something quite weird going on there. If you read the article by Andrew Kay's architect geese, and he's looking at it and he's saying, "Oh, this don't make sense. It's completely out of proportions. The inside is not the same as the outside. It doesn't make any sense. And the cost per square foot, around 3,500, is astronomical. This is absolutely nuts." Says, "Hello, Doc Davies, hope you're well," and Charlie Reid, and I got 9,000. "Do not be afraid, my son. I will protect you." Well, hello, Curious, hello there. Hi. Oh dear me, have I missed anyone on there? Oh yeah, let me just bring up my other chat. So I can see it instead of having to look at the phone, because the phone is tiny. Oh, tiny, there you are, like little minions, you are. Blimey. Let's bring up a bigger version. That'll do. Oh dear me, oh dear me, oh dear. There we are. So I don't know how you're going to get through this. Well, I really don't. Canada now has got another 10% tariff added because Donald Trump had a hissy fit about an advert, which was factually correct. What the heck is that? And there he was doing his dancing in Malaysia in front of some other people doing dancing, and he's just doing his bit and what have you. And I don't know if it was me, but he looked a little bit stumbly. Now, if you look at his legs, there's a lump there on both of his legs and his trousers, and you can see an impression of something. I'm beginning to think that's somebody who was following earlier. I think he's right. He basically said it's quite common with stroke victims to have these brace things, that hold you upright so you don't fall over, if you know what I mean. Well, I saw him moving and doing his dance, and then he turned a bit quick because one leg looked like it was going to go the wrong direction. There's something wrong going on there. So I wouldn't be a bit surprised. And you can just about see like a lump there where his trousers press up against his calf, and you can see that there's an impression. There could be a leg brace, from the ankle up into the calf. Hold them upright. That's quite common when people had stroke. So I'm just waiting. Or maybe he's all braced up to get the old cankles down. I don't know. Like thrombosis type things. He's got pressure. I don't know, those squeezy sock things on, so it pushes the fluid out of your legs into your brain. If you know what I mean. Yeah. Well, that I wouldn't be a bit surprised. But I'm just waiting for him to have a cankelism. That is, I look at the obituaries every day, and he's still fucking alive. He is. Shit bastard. Well, now spontaneous human combustion, which is the technical term for an individual who has a swollen body that explodes, and you add that to the cankles, we call that a cankelism, where the explosion starts at the cankles. Now it will be a sight to behold. The explosion, that is. There'll be bits of lard flying about everywhere, like one of those movies when the evil creature gets blown up and then it's like raining these lumps of lard and bits of creature. That's going to be Trump. I'm just hoping. That wouldn't be good. I'd love it. I would. I'd make my day. I was like, I told you so. That I would. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what it says on there. It says, I told you so. Yeah. There. Correct. There. Everything's back to front. There. That's it. So. Hello, Flat. Oh yeah, from Norfolk. Yep, I am. Yeah, I'm a Norfolk boy, mate. Yeah, I was born just east of Norwich, and I lived most of my life in Salhouse. And then I ran away with the missus. Yeah, we ran away to France. Yes, and we still are here in France. Nice place to live. It makes more sense being rural because you can cut yourself off from everybody. You see, it's like, no, I don't want nothing to do with you lot, you crazy bunch. It's all farmers. Yeah. I'm sure they're all inbred. I'm, I don't know what it is about the French, but they do like to keep it in the family so the land don't get split up. French inheritance laws and all that. So it's not surprising. Ray Burns. How about incontinence knickers? Oh my giddy aunt. Well, he's got a shit stain, hasn't he? So there you go. Most likely he does have his incontinence and knickers on all the time. I'm just wondering if it's a thong or whether it is a full-blown knicker kind of thing. Like I don't know, like a pooper scooper on the derriere. Can you imagine it? Oh my giddy aunt. Oh, he's also got a bit of a weird stance, and he don't really, his feet don't put, his knees are like knocking in and out. He's just like, he's a man who hasn't done anything physical all his life. And don't tell me he plays golf. He's in a golf cart all the while. For God's sake, he ain't done nothing physical at all. Crikey, he ain't got an ounce of muscle in him. I blame the cankles. Well, that helps. I put on my throat, you see. Not sore throat, because I've got fibromyalgia, affects my vocal cords. I thought I'd try a yoppy type thing, like a yogurty drink, yeah, instead of beer. Hello, comic savant. Hello there, Marshmallow Man blowing up at the end of Ghostbusters. Exactly. But then you got, but don't cross the streams. Don't do it. Don't cross the streams. He can't do it because he's got a tiny shrew with a penis. Stormy Daniels, she told us. Actually, did. Thank you, Stormy. Yeah, it's absolutely. Everything's just crazy. I mean, I didn't make a video today, so I do apologise. I've uploaded a whole load of shorts, but I haven't actually done a main video. They haven't been performing at the moment, so I thought I'll just leave it today and just see what happens tomorrow. Maybe do one tomorrow. And but so I thought I'd go live instead. And it's just I still follow the news, obviously, and just try to make sense of it all, and it doesn't make sense. And then obviously throwing all the conspiracy theories in along with it, the whole thing, what the fuck is going on here, And then you realise that even the conspiracy theory, that it's true. One conspiracy theory flying about at the moment was a couple actually. Like for instance, Candace Owens saying Donald Trump killed Charlie Kirk. Because they named a day, a holiday. They're giving him a holiday they have, yeah. A special day. And a memorial and all this, it's like guilt, kind of what she's saying, I think she might even have a point there, to be fair, because there's no way on this earth did, crikey, you have a geezer shoot, there's no chance. Tyler Robinson, he's going to get hung as a scapegoat, just try and put the whole thing to bed. The problem with that is that no one's going to let it go to bed. No. And then you got the other conspiracy theory flying about Donald Trump's son, Barron. Apparently he's got a 35-year-old ballroom dancer, Argentinian, a boyfriend called Carlos. Not Karen. Or Kerry. No, Carlos. That's what they're saying. I don't know how much truth in it, but it seems like his love life is kept closely under wraps. Usually on the whole floor of a Trump Tower. You know how it goes and all that, but I wouldn't be a bit surprised. He looks the sort that he does, yeah. Good luck to him. I ain't got a problem with that, but I'm sure Donald Trump has. And if he ever finds out, he's going to send old Barron to conversion therapy. when they stick the battery onto his genitals. Like that. I would be a bit surprised. Because if this is true, could you imagine how embarrassing that is for him? That would be funny, wouldn't it? That would be so funny. But I actually would feel sorry for Baron in some ways, even though he's a lovely little twat. But, you know, but to be ridiculed for your sexual preferences and stuff, it's not right, is it? You know, leave people alone. But it'd be quite funny if it's true. That would make my day. Sorry. I'm evil like that. Oh, you a fresh old man? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, a little bit. So his legs are transforming to something with hooves. Yes. Yes, that's the heel spurs, apparently, you know. You know about his imaginary heel spurs? Oh. Yes, Carney did get a nice welcome. Let's be fair. Carney has a way with words. He really does. Hello, Mad Monk. I hope you're well, my friend. Didn't see you there. And he's a good speaker. He is a good speaker. And he says the right things. I'm just hoping he can pull it off. And I think he can. You know, because the Canadian people, they deserve more than what they've been getting. They really do. So, Bart Simpson. Oh, sorry, Sanson. Oh, hello, Gabrielle. A bonsoir to you too. Ooh. Down we come. Oh, about Ontario. Ontario. Where are we? What have I missed? Good evening from Cambridge in Ontario. Oh, crikey. I've been to Cambridge several times in the UK because, you know, I'm a Brit. In fact, one year I photographed the Cambridge balls. It was just like, it's like a load of tops they get together at the end of their college and what have you, or university, and they have a big party basically. A whole load of tops ready trying to get laid, you know, in their you know, high hats and stuff. Top hats, not high hats, because there's drums. I watch your content and you always make me laugh. Oh, that's nice to know. So always make me laugh. You can't have a bit of a laugh, you know, because otherwise you wouldn't just cry. You fucking well, you would. Christ almighty. You got no democracy in the United States. He's literally doing everything he can to get rid of it. And it looks like he's building himself his own little personal bunker now underneath this bloody ballroom. Never mind the peacock. He wants to be able to rule the world. He does from his bunker under the new ballroom, which was the East Wing. God's sake! And then you got 130 odd million from another friend of the family for the troops. It wouldn't even cover the wages anyway. But you know, oh, dear me, it's just so much corruption. And then when you look at the people who are donating to the ballroom, half these people are tech people and military geezers. Like Lockheed Martin, they make bombs and shit like that as well as aeroplanes. You know, it just makes you wonder, what are they getting out of this? Are they getting their own special, I don't know, little special room in the bunker? Be fair, they're actually building their own bunkers, aren't they? You know, it's all right, these billionaires, they're all prepped up there. They'll survive nuclear fallout because they've got bloody bunkers everywhere. God's sake. It's just us normal folk. I don't know if I'm normal, but you know, ordinary folk who will find themselves having their skin melted off, like that scene out of the Terminator. Yeah. Yeah, oh crikey, she's looking below me. Hello, Diane. I hope you're well. NASA space knickers. Yeah, so apparently we're all going to be living in space, according to Elon Musk. It's not that. No one's going to be living in space. No. And certainly ain't going to be going to Mars. But it takes too long to get there. And it will be fun. You can't grow anything on there, so you're all going to bloody die anyway. They'll just starve to death. It's just ridiculous. These people are so stupid. Stupid is as stupid does. Sir, it's poopy time. It's running out of your cankles. Oh, blimey. Yeah, they've got his back, that they have, yeah. Crock of shit is right. Canada does not think like you. You play the hate and you can piss off. Play like you can think like us. You are wrong. Crock of shit's right. I'm confused. What's that mean? English, please. I can't understand a gibberish. A gibberish. We didn't go somewhere else then. Or will you just come here to make some kind of a derogatory comment? I am Norfolk, me, and it's a special kind of English, okay? And I ain't gonna change for anybody, all right? I'll tell you something else I won't do. I won't lie to you either. No. Speak the truth, shame the devil. Best way to be, I say. You always got to remember the lies. All these people that are constantly lying to you, they all get caught out. Some tweet or something comes up from the past, but you said this or you said that. What the fucking point is that? You just get completely undermined. It's ridiculous. There's no point. Just speak the truth, be honest. You're building yourself as well, aren't you? It makes more sense to me. I can't keep up with bloody lies and shit like that. There's no point. Charlie, do you have anything of importance to say? I think moron. When I hear stupid comments like yours, have fun, dumb ass. Says a small mouth bass. Oh, small mouth bass. Oh, there. Small mouth bass. Maybe. Is it bass or bass? Are you talking about the fish? I know I'm very handsome, man. I can't help it. It just comes naturally to me. Yeah, it's all the wind. They fall at my feet. They do. They just. Oh, crikey, it might be the smell. Oh, isn't it? Right. Thank you for the stream. Being in a wheelchair. Oh my God. Sorry about that, Thomas. Been in a wheelchair for years, but your stream gives me strength to finally stand up and walk to the computer to comment that you're gay. What makes me laugh when people say that I'm gay? Oh, blimey. Well, I'm very sorry that you happen to be in a wheelchair if you are really in a wheelchair. If you just made that up, well, quite frankly, you probably did. Oh, the fact that I've got 6 kids, and I can honestly tell you, I'm not gay. Could I be gay? I don't know. I've never really thought that way, if you know what I mean. It's not my thing, I don't think. But I don't know. You don't know until you try. Do you? No. Oh, dear. Would it make any difference if I was? But I'm not. No. Been married too long to be gay. All my gayness has been beaten out of me by the missus. Yeah. She's giving me conversion therapy, she has. Yeah, bloody hell, I tell you. There's no air in space, but there is air in Space Museum. Homer. Oh, my God. I couldn't figure out what that moron was trying to say as well. Oh, okay. What moron's that? Okay, we'll stay with English. Oh, crap, I've got some idiots in there, haven't I? He has the same effect as a fart. Are you talking about Donald Trump by any chance? Charlie Brown, are you stoned? Quite possibly. Oh, gay. Apparently I'm gay. Gay. Just these people they're typical MAGA type people who clearly ain't got a brain cell to actually come up with any conscious argument or debate. They just want to say, you're gay. That is all they're doing is demeaning themselves. It's quite funny, really. I just find it a little bit stupid. Stupid is as stupid does, Don't be sad, be gay. I'm not queer, but I'm here. Thank you, David. I hope it will. Oh, from Hollywood in Florida. Crikey, that scene is dying a death, isn't it? Oh my giddy aunt. Did you realise there's a thing called a previewing now? We have a preview, but there's like a preview. They literally they have to make sure when they do the previews that the message that they're trying to put across in the movie is direct enough to be understood by everybody. So it's not complicated. Is this the level of people's mental aptitude now that they feel that the industry feels, whether it's the industry or whether it is organisations or whatever, feels that you need to have this obvious understanding. You know, everything has to be obvious for people. Well, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's just, what's happened to art? What's happened about semiotics, iconics? You know? And semiotics as well, you know? Hey, Gina. Hello, Gina. An LGBT stream. I don't know about that, but, you know, I don't mind. I don't mind. I'm not worried about that sort of stuff. I am not a homophobe or anti-LGBT, whatever you call it, or anti-gay, or just don't touch my legs. I've got to think about my legs, all right? I get ticklish, all right? Not my thing. Oh, thanks, Bad Monk. Cheers, buddy. Oh, hello to you as well in Spain. Hello there. Vote reform, not on your bloody no chance. That's like voting for Trump. Fucking hell, what to have that blatant fartage as the Prime Minister of the UK. Oh my God, you think you got it bad with Keir Starmer? Everything that man fartage has promised you, not one thing he can actually see it through. Do you honestly think, oh, we'll shove more about the boats and chuck them onto the French beaches, yes? Like Normandy landings or something. That's bollocks. Absolute bollocks. You can't do that. That'd be the quickest way to get the French Coast Guard chucking bricks at you. They've been there, done that. I was at the Fisherman. Isn't Norwich where DC Smith lives? Oh, Delia Smith, do you mean? Peter Granger. Peter Granger. Oh, detective series. No, I don't know. Maybe. DC Smith. Yeah, of course. Get you know. I don't watch it, so I don't actually know, to be honest. Can I stroke your beard? Oh, go on then. Give me one I was like down there last year. I dyed it purple, it ended up a red brown colour. Something strange was going on there. Very itchy. I kind of miss my beard, says Gina. Alright, here we go. Anyway, everything is completely utterly messed up. Alright. But you know how it goes. There we go. We get down there.
It is your destiny.
Really? Blimey. I didn't know that. Right, here we are. And so the geezer who gave that 130 million was Timothy Mellon. He donated 130 million to the Pentagon to pay for the American troops during the government shutdowns. Now, it's not the government shutdown. Well, actually, it is the GOP shutdown. It's not the Democrats shutdown. All the Democrats are trying to do is make sure you maintain your health care in the United States. You know, fucking hell, it's going to triple otherwise. Triple. It's absolute madness. No one can afford that sort of money, where they're going to have to pay. What's that about? For a couple, two people. I think the cheapest quotes I was seeing are around $1,400 a month. Who can afford that for the healthcare? Crazy. That's if you're on about 60, 70 grand. So, yeah. What else was there? So, Trump's redistricting push hits roadblocks in Indiana. Yet, obviously, Gavin Newsom, who's been trolling old Trump, Rump, has, they're having their vote for redistricting. You know, gerrymandering. Besson, the geezer that looks like he's got rigor mortis. I think he's had all his discs in his back. I think they've all been fused together because he's like that, isn't he? I don't know what's going on there. He vows that the US won't lose taxpayer money aiding Argentina. Argentina, who's getting 40 odd billion from the US taxpayer, while the US farmers get nothing as it stands. And if they do get anything, it's going to be the US taxpayer. They have to subsidise it from the tariffs that they've already paid, apparently. So the whole thing is absolute garbage. Why aren't people, all right, heading for the White House? I hear it's quite vulnerable, or half a White House. I hear it's quite vulnerable at the moment, because there's no Peacock. When are you going to be heading down to the White House when Donald Trump is there, or maybe at Mar-a-Lago or some of your pitchforks? When are you going to do it? For Christ's sake, people have had the Ket's Rebellion, that's one of it, the French Revolution. So when you can be having your revolution? I don't understand why people haven't done anything yet. When you consider what's been done, he's destroyed the White House. He's destroyed what protections he did have regarding healthcare. Even that wasn't enough. The military now, fucking hell, they're all the beardos have got to shave. Facts like that should be enough to cause a bloody civil war. For God's sake, resurrection, coup d'etat, by all the beardos, maybe. We think all these celebrities out there, right? All these celebrities that voted for Orange on shits and pants, and that's what kind of gets me. Here's a list for you. There you are.
When you hear names like Kid Rock, Billy Ray Cyrus, and Roseanne Barr, you instantly think of celebrities that support Donald Trump and...
Hang on, celebrities that support Donald Trump. What? Roseanne? They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. They're all vampires. They drink blood. They do. It's true, she said.
MAGA. However, there are quite a few celebrities who don't show up in the headlines quite as often, but they do support MAGA and Donald Trump. Let's take a look at some of those. Sylvester Stallone is a MAGA supporter. Wayne Gretzky, who is a hockey great, is a Trump supporter, and Canada has since disowned him. Astronaut Buzz Aldrin is a Trump supporter. In light of rubbing elbows with Oprah for so many years, Dr. Phil is a MAGA supporter. Mel Gibson is definitely a MAGA and Trump supporter.
Oh,
Well, it may not come as a surprise,
He was mad,
Paula
after all.
Deen is a Trump supporter. Kelsey Grammer is also a Trump supporter. Zachary Levi, who played in a mediocre film called Shazam, which was a DC
Shazam.
movie, is a Trump supporter. Dennis Quaid is a MAGA supporter. And thank goodness Katy Perry got rid of Russell Brand because he is a Trump supporter. Vinny, the original GTL of Jersey Shore, is a Trump supporter. And although he played in National Treasure, he certainly is not a national treasure, and that is John Voight because he supports Donald Trump.
And they're all fucking crazy. Mel Gibson, he certainly is crazy. He wants to shoot every fucking bugger he does. Didn't he lose his gun license at one point and he got it back or something? Something like that. I don't know. He's a nutter. Absolute nutter. I think the old Mad Max has gone to his brain at us. Maybe it left something there, permanent, in his brain. Oh, it's not impressive, no. Anyway, where was I? Where's my chat gone again? I was over there now. What's it doing over there? It moved. 1 minute's on this screen and then it went to that one. I don't know why that is. $1,400 a month. Yep, it's more than my rent. Yeah. Hello, Just Genie. Hope you're well. It's just crazy. Yeah, there's people are just saying, no, we can't afford it. We're not going to have it. Now, it's all very well for some youngsters to say, okay, I'm healthy enough to actually not need it. Everyone will need it at some point. You don't know when you're going to get fucking knocked over or anything shit like that, do you? You never know around the blinking corner. You just don't, It's like, me and my missus, this last few years, we've had a load of health issues from not having any at all. And then it all just, bits start falling off, It's nuts. So thankful that we've got a health system here in France that works and works very well. There's my fire doing, that's all right. I got the fire on. There it is. Yeah. Keeping us warm it is. You can feel that. Don't touch it, it's hot, all right? So, vote for the purple beards. It's a better diet again. Nice glasses, thank you. I have got a collection of glasses and hats. I've got too many hats. That's what Mrs. says anyway. I don't think I've got enough. I still recall the jokes I heard from the regulars at the pubs in Glasgow. What pubs? Pubs? Well, they're in a bloody pub. So they call Wetherspoons a pub. That's not a pub. It's a fake pub. You know, there's a few pubs like, for instance, where I'm from in Norwich. They still kind of exist, but in Norwich there used to be a pub for every single day of the year in Norwich. And now that's just dying a death. They're closing every single week, pubs are. There's about one a week just disappearing. Be done left at this, right? Oh. So either that or they're getting bought up and turned into like eateries and stuff. Evening, mate. Hello there to you. Alec Amorn. Oh, quick in Italy. Blimey, I've been to Italy 3 times so far. Been to Italy. Twice on the motorbike, once in the camper. Went to Imola, the racetrack. Oh, Manchester. You love Manchester? Well, I've got a few friends from Manchester. Don't forget the one of the Superman actors. Oh, my giddy aunt. Yeah, didn't he hurt his wrist the other day? He's not very healthy these days. He has health issues, doesn't he? You know, he's falling to bits. I don't think. I think the kryptonite. I think it has like it's a bit carcinogenic, I believe, or something like that. You know, it ain't good for you, all right? Kryptonite. It certainly ain't good for him. No. Hello, Joe. I hope you're well, my friend. Do you know what? I'll put that fire on. It's too warm in there. I've got a fan over here. See if we can get some air. Hope it's not too noisy. There we come. Oh, good spending this. Hello there, Joe. Good evening to you too. Right, what have I missed? What have I missed? That's good. I'll put that one over there. Put my chat there. I'll put it onto live chat. There you go. La 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 da 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 da. I have to admit, I've been using Twitter, not Twitter, TikTok quite a bit recently because YouTube's useless regarding the short feed. Their algorithm is crap. You get like 1 in 10 if you're lucky of stuff that you might be interested in. The rest of it is just pushed upon you. But some of the stuff I'm finding on TikTok is hilarious. I know it's all going to die a death at some point. You know, a lot of these channels will, and especially when they get all bloody censored. You see, they're going to put pressure on YouTube at some point, which will affect YouTube worldwide. You know, that can't speak nasty about the rump, no. So, well, okay. What is it about these people, though? These MAGA supporters, none of them make any sense. And, let's say, for instance, right, there we are. What about that one there? Like this MAGA person.
God.
Trump is the closest thing to God, really?
Absolutely, absolutely. He's what's gonna fix this nation. This nation's corrupt. We're all split.
God.
America used to be all together.
Yeah.
Now we're all split up. Why?
Trump is why.
Together. The only person who's gonna mold us is God first, and then Trump.
God, then Trump.
God, then Trump. Absolutely.
Yeah, not an occult, right? Saying that Donald Trump is the close.
He's not the Messiah. No, he's just a naughty little boy. He is. Oh my God, these people are painful. They don't have. There's nothing's based on fact. Now, I was watching a little clip by Dean Withers when he's a YouTuber and he debates MAGA people. Do you support Trump? He goes, and some of these people are just so stupid. They try and come over and say, come over as being clever, and they just get debunked. They just literally get owned by these people like Dean Withers, who is only a young chap, but my God, he's quick off the mark. He really is. Is it this one? No, not that one. Not that one. I thought I did put it here, but I can't see it now. Is it that one? Is it that one? Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Well, it should be there. But I'm sure I can find you a different one. Not that one. Where is he gone, Dean? Where are you, Dean? I'm not a big fan of Dean Withers, but he is a sharp geezer. He does, he knows his stuff. Can't even find him now. That's about right, isn't it? Oh, hang on, is this one? Not that one. That's weird. That's annoying when that happens. They get. I'll tell you something though. When these people, these MAGA people, these ICE people, when it comes to the end of this, presidency, if it does end, well, let's be frank about this. These people ain't going to be protected by the immunity given by Trump. No. They're going to find themselves in front of every single fucking court in the country. They really are. So make sure you record them. If you see them, record them. Those masks, you can still see who these people are. I'll guarantee you, if there was somebody in one of those little masks and what have you, and it's somebody I knew, I'd know straight away who they are. There'll be somebody who'll grasp them up. But these MAGA people are insane.
Who is working with Donald Trump right now, behind the scenes?
Mostly God.
Donald Trump is getting orders from God?
I think so.
Donald Trump talks to God? How is that even possible? The man doesn't even believe in God.
No, he does not believe in God. Can you remember him when he's with his Bible? He put his name at the top. And the Trump Bible. Oh my Gideon. It's probably been rewritten. And all the words that say God, they're all being replaced with Trump. Or something like that. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. These people are just horrendous. But they're so stupid and they just undermine this, or they're contradictory to what they say, like this geezer.
Barack Obama had a big part of 9/11.
Which part?
Not being around, always on vacation, never in the office.
Why do you think Barack Obama wasn't in the Oval Office on 9/11?
That I don't know. We'd like to get to the bottom of that.
Good.
Barack Obama had a big part of 9/11.
Oh, I wonder why. It's just that they are just so dumb. I know you shouldn't say that. You should try and bring them back on side. If they're on the fence, it's different, right? If it's sort of like, yeah, I voted for him because I'll give him a chance, what have you. Maybe that's a little bit different. But if they carry on going on, oh yeah, he's so great and that, he's getting rid of the immigrants and stuff, and he's locking them up and all that, and they're happy with the fact that they're having their faces, rubbed in the deck and muck, and kids being tie wrapped and on the front grass just in the fucking knickers and shit. That kind of thing. Then you're just a fucking bastard anyway. You don't deserve the air that you breathe, quite frankly. I have no sympathy with you, but there'll be a few. There'll be a few out there who, after the turn, and who just made an honest mistake. Maybe they didn't follow the news, already understood what Donald Trump was really about. Well, that makes them irresponsible. Don't necessarily make them evil, I suppose. But the rest of them, they're either absolute morons or just evil fake bastards. It's got to be said. How can you be anything but These people voting for a man who does not give a damn about them. Everything he's done since he's been the president on the second term as the 47th, he's been against people. Certainly against the farmers. Certainly against working people in the United States. And obviously against your health. He wants you all to fucking die at this rate, doesn't he? Yeah, the people that are supporting him, the Peter Thiels and all that, like I say, I've said before, and I'll say it again, he said that, I don't think, about his asked a question about should the human race endure, carry on, survive, and he couldn't answer it. But then he had this another evangelical fucking speech a few weeks ago where he said that if you don't believe in technology and AI and that, you're going to go to hell. So he's really serious about it. He really believes this shit. Fucking, he's lunatic. This man's got so much bloody money. He can buy anything, including politics. Crazy. What is going on in the USA is fascism. And only one way to deal with fascists. I know. Fight fire with fire. But unfortunately, a lot of people don't believe that. Especially people on the left don't think you've got to be forceful about it. I'm sorry. They ain't going to go any other way. You might be heading for that anyway. And if you're not, you'll end up being on the receiving end of it. Do you really want that? Do you really want to be in a position where you can't defend yourselves? Because they're coming for everybody. Anyone who disagrees with them. They're controlling absolutely everything. They're monitoring absolutely everything. They're now starting to monitor all social media. All going through filters. What was the latest? ChatGPT, right? Which probably means other AI as well. ChatGPT will now flag content. If you do your prompts and what have you on ChatGPT to get you, it will flag you and then send it to the police or to a division that looks after that sort of thing. It's part of it's in their policy now on ChatGPT. Not all of it, not everything you do, but anything that gets flagged. So if you want to write stuff about someone that's been a bit derogatory, say Donald Trump, you can end up having it sent to the police, isn't it? Like, for instance, there is not hope in this hell that I'm ever going to be able to get into the United States. No way. I would be taking a detour to, I don't know, El Salvador or somewhere like that. I wouldn't stand hoping I'd never get a visa. Not a chance. And I wouldn't want to anyway. I'd go to Canada, quite frankly. Oh, dear me. There is no God. Well, that's the way I see it as well. To me, it's the Bible is like, let's think about this. It's like the world's biggest book club. It's a whole load of people just folding a book that was written by men and rewritten several hundred times by men. How is that godly? Oh, I saw the burning bush. Yeah, I know you did. It was after him. Of course. Ice makes my brain freeze and MAGA makes my ears bleed. So happy we have universal health care. What, are you in Canada? Yeah, detour through Mexico. What, have I got to dig a tunnel? Or, because I hear there's some very hot paint on the wrong side of the fence. What the heck is that? And the amount of times that man just lied to the people. The last time that government was shut down was under Donald Trump's term, and that was over the wall. Funding for the bloody wall. The wall that he said that the Mexicans are going to pay for it. And then he shuts down the government. I want some money for my wall, And then the government got shut down because he wanted money for the wall, and they give him some. But don't worry, Steve Bannon came to the rescue and conned a whole load of people to give him money. Apparently for the wall, that really did nothing at all. Apart from going in their pockets. Like fraudulent bunches of bastards, isn't they? Really are. Don't bother with the USA, no. Born in the USA. I got that record somewhere. It sounds a lot better when I play it. It's an American Horror Story, real life going on there, and it's frightening. I gotta say it, and I do feel, I don't want to make fun of it all, but I'm kind of very concerned about you. You know, it's extremely worrying, and it all rubs off on all those other countries as well. There's people over here like what's going on in the United States. Is it because they, I don't know, put the finger up to the establishment maybe? I don't know. But these people clearly don't understand that if they were on the receiving end of that, they'd probably be the ones who end up being hammered by it. It's like everyone else but me. It's like a lot of these people who vote for Trump, like the Latinos and the Hispanics now, whose husbands or wives have been locked up because of Trump and they voted for him. You know? And it's also like, yeah, gays for Trump and that. They're doing everything against you. And you've voted for them. This is just nuts. Voting against your own best interests. Hello, Mad Monk. Religion should be kept separate from politics, same as education and sports. Unfortunately for the United States, religion is now a part of the government in the US. It shouldn't be. You're right, Mad Monk. It should be completely separate. There should be no influence. No influence. No evangelicals should lobby the government. Oh, actually, how about AIPAC? They're pretty much doing that, aren't they? Oh, no, actually, they own the government, it seems to me. Too many of them in government are, well, in the pocket of AIPAC. And they also got the Heritage Foundation as well. The evangelicals. No, it's the Gulf of Mexico. Oh, I know. It's the Gulf of fascism. Only the bit on the coast of, you know, Trump, that first little bit, you know. I think, the Queen, Gulf of Mexico. That was just so daft. Everything was, around that was just so nutty. It didn't even end up being the Gulf of America. It was just that first little bit, like a few miles out it was. It was just... Oh. Was it ABC that refused to call it the Gulf of America, so they removed them from the press cabal? I just... this is literally fascism, you're right. It is literally fascism. They are controlling the media, or trying to control the media, and the media is, well, they're bending a knee, aren't they, for them? They're bending the knee, sackling onto his old chocolate starfish, if you know what I mean. Oh, you have corn. You know how it goes. Blimey. Oh, come back. Oh, you're from Norfolk? What, me? Yeah, I'm from Norfolk. Put the kettle on. Yeah, make Kanks pay for it. What, for the wall or for the ballroom? Originally, that's what he said. He's going to be paying for it, didn't he? He's going to be paying for the ballroom. And now he's saying he's going to pay for the difference. There ain't going to be a difference. There's going to be so much money coming from these billionaires, these rogue institutions. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. You shouldn't have those people have anything to do with the government. I think lobbying should be banned, quite frankly. The government shouldn't be lobbied. It's all about money again, isn't it? It's all about money. So the movie stars, they can afford to fleet, yes. Take away their money and they'd be bawling their eyes out. Well, we do need, not just the movie stars, but some of these are considerably rich individuals, such as the billionaires, and that we need to be sharing some of their wealth. Or make them spend their money. Make it so that, you know, either you spend it or lose it or something, you know. Well, it's a bit hard, though, because a lot of it's in foreign offshore bank accounts and offshore bank accounts. where nobody actually knows what they've got. Now you think about the Pandora Papers, we had that, no one paid any attention to it. All these people were pretty much exposed in the Pandora Papers. You know, people got offshore money. You know, it's like the Russia report in the UK. Alexander Boris DeFeffel Johnson, yes, that is his real name. He put the calibers on the Russia report, being well, it all got redacted, didn't it? The whole lot got is it Damien Green, another conservative who worked on it wanted it to be published in full, but you know that got hushed up. Same old story. It's the same people, isn't it? It's the same people. $1 million is small change to a billionaire. Yeah, it is, definitely. Was watching the news, and Portuguese American teachers are looking for positions here. University teachers and some colleges were applying too. Well, that's it. You're talking about brain drain, aren't you? A huge amount of people are heading to Canada. People are worried, obviously. A lot of people are scared what's going on at the moment. They can, it's a playbook, isn't it? You know, it's like 1930s Germany again, and it's fair to say that a lot of people are very, very concerned, understandably so. Some people feel that they don't want to fight. They don't want to be the ones having to push back, so they're leaving. I don't blame them now. Some people say, no, you should be fighting for your country. Not everyone's made like that, are they? It's more of a sacrifice, isn't it? You've got to sacrifice yourself for your country. Like old Germany in 1930, yeah, exactly. You think what Hitler did in the early 1930s, he's basically testing out his death trains and death camps where he started with the weak. And actually, you started with the blacks first. You got rid of the blacks. And then he went on to the disabled people. Now, if you think of what the Trump has done, all these people have been dissipated. Where are all these homeless people in DC? Where have they gone? Does anyone know? Does anyone know where they are? Well, they're going to be in one of these detention camps somewhere. That's where they're going to be. All deported. They weren't even given a choice. But I kind of given the choice, but it wasn't really a choice, if you know what I mean. Where are they? What about all the people that got missing from Alligator Alcatraz? See, people talk about it for about a day and then it's never brought up again. Where are these people? Nobody knows. It's crazy. It's bloody awful. If you want to use my content, you can do the remix. No, I don't want people just nicking it. There's nothing stopping you, but I'd rather you didn't just nick my content. If you use the remix feature at the end of the stream once the video's been the live has been processed, that's fine because then at least I get some for the credit. So, make sure you credit the channel if you do though. They started with the gays. That's right, the gays, the homeless, and unemployed. And then progressed to ethnic minorities. Crikey. Just like Joe. Now, by the way, Joe's got his own channel on that, and he uploads regular videos. I've been watching some of yours this week, actually, when I was in the workshop. And he's very, very... Well, he's very well read. He knows what he's talking about, right? He's better than... he knows dance like more than me. I'm learning all the time, no worries, my friend. Danke! Dankeschön. No worries, Joel. Yeah, no, check him out. Joe in the chat there. He's a good guy. And he comes in and helps me out, which I really appreciate. And Mad Bunk as well. I don't Mad Bunk, I've got a channel, but he helps us out as well. He comes on the channel, Because you do get some crazy people, don't you? And if you talk out against Trump, some really crazy people turn up. Strange they are. It's quite funny, but still strange, and it's a bit concerning that these people actually exist. Those are the lack of thinking. It's going to be his throne room. What, the ballroom? I won't be surprised. It's going to be like the Game of Thrones, isn't it? He's going to have all these like swords and knives all behind him. Yeah, that's it. Or hang on, or it'll be MAGA hats. I don't know. Well, it'll be something. Oh my giddy aunt. He really believes he's better than anything else, doesn't he? I'll tell you what he ain't better at. It's fucking dancing. What the fuck is that all about? I don't know. Like I said earlier, it looked like he was about to fall over when he was in Malaysia. So has Donald Trump, has he got leg braces? I wouldn't be surprised. What form do I fill out to get clearance here? Stock those millionaire. That's old school. We have people soon to be trillionaires. Very true. Elon Musk, for instance, he's trying to get his trillion payout, but I don't think he's going to get it. You see, they're putting a lot of terms in there, and he hasn't met them. A trillion, though. That's a totally joke. When the company itself is literally on the verge of, well, the car manufacturing side is dying a death. Germany, for instance, is, well, they're not behind them. In Europe, there's more, more of the Chinese EVs than there is of Teslas now. People are embarrassed to drive them. My friend up there in Hamlet, he used to have a Tesla, right? And usual white one, you know what I mean? He's just literally changed it because he didn't want to be associated with it. And he's got a red one now, but it's not a Tesla. I can't remember what it is now. But it's electric anyway. Let me come. So which character from the Game of Thrones is King Yun Mango? Isn't it the son? Who ends up being the king? Could it be him? If it was Lord of the Rings, that'd be one of the orcs, wouldn't it? You know. Yeah, leg braces. Apparently, yeah, it's got leg braces, and it's quite typical for people who have had a stroke because they have problem with balance issues. So you can restrict your movement from the foot up to back of the calf where the cankles are, and yeah, and it's all strapped up. You see. Sorry about how your dad died. My dad died too. It's far too humble and intelligence. Oh, Joffrey. Was Joffrey the little? I can't see it for years, but I can't remember. Is he the little king? King Joffrey. There we go. I quite like the scene when that got oh crikey, that other geezer's brother and his balls chopped off. I thought that was quite funny. Oh, the BYD, yes. Well, they are really good cars, apparently. And the quality control on them is excellent. I'm not surprised, though. Yes, he was a little prick. Yes, oh, I got you. I think so, too. Oh, sorry about Bianca. BYD pays influencers for reviews. I do reviews on my other channel, my woodworking channel, about products, and I have done in the past. I haven't done any recently, but I make it quite clear that I won't lie about the product. You know what I mean? I just In fact, I've got a couple of things that I've had have basically gone to shit, which I will be making an updated video about because it's gone to shit. So I'm not, if it's shit, I'll say it's shit, if you know what I mean. I think you have to. You can't lie about this stuff. And if, for instance, they don't like it, it's tough tea. You find someone else to bloody well do your bidding. I'm not doing that. And besides, I don't get paid anyway. Because I'm on a smallish woodworking channel. They just send me stuff over for free, and then I'll review it. So there's no money change hands as such, except the product. But I'm not going to. If somebody wants me to lie for them, they can go hell. I'm not doing that. It's not worth it. You just lose all reputation, don't you? You know, it just doesn't make any sense. Integrity is really important. Unfortunately, politicians don't seem to realise that. I'd be a dwarf. Me too. I'd be one of the dwarfs, especially with my long beard. That'd be pretty funny. I like the dwarfs, so they're pretty cool. My Amazon Prime account has been altered. I'm now getting films that depict a brilliant American. Oh, really? Oh. Is that right? Or is that coincidence or not? The thing is, American people are indoctrinated, let's be honest. They're indoctrinated by the system. They have America's the greatest country in the world, and they basically go through childhood being told that. There's only a few people who wake up to the fact that it's not. You know, you don't have, for a start, you don't have universal health care. How can you be the greatest country in the world when you don't look after your people? When you don't make sure everyone's got good health care, you know? Free at the point of use. Oh, it's socialist. Oh, it leads to communism, it does. Oh, my giddy hell. What a load of bollocks. None of it is. All the economies, all capitalist economies, you can have a hybrid of one or the other, but don't mean to say that for start, communism doesn't necessarily mean there's anything actually wrong with communism. Greed is the problem. All these fucking countries that go one way or the other regarding what sort of regime that they are, whether they're so-called democracies or communist countries. You can't call China a proper communist country, can you? It's capitalist. You know? It's greed. That's the biggest problem of everything. That's why you have crime. It's about greed. You know, if you have all these people, right, they've got all this bloody money, they've got enough money to bloody solve world hunger. A lot of, where you have, where it isn't greed in the sense of crimes, it's like, for instance, somebody wants to feed the family, like, I don't know, someone doing shoplifting and stuff. Well, if world hunger was solved, you wouldn't have that crime, would you? There'd be no need to do it. Unless you're doing this for the thrill, adrenaline rush or something. You know, we need these people to share their money, do some good. I actually don't understand why you wouldn't when you've got such an excess of everything. Why are they looking for the next excess? And it's everything has, like, for instance, you look at Jeff Bezos. He's just getting these vanity trips in his bloody rockets, and he hasn't achieved anything. He hasn't done any good with these bloody rockets. He's just, was it Katy Perry or whoever it was? He went up in that rocket with him. That was just so pathetic. You know? Destroying the planet just so they can just get a bit of a thrill. I blame the natives. Gilligan's Island seems like a documentary on American culture and education. Yes, very good. Sbrigham, didn't her brother die from having a gold pulled down his throat for all his... Oh, yes, that's true, didn't he? Oh, my God, you're right, Joe. It's now... The United States is now looking more and more like RoboCop. That'll be funny. But we're all going to get replaced. The great replacement theory. You get replaced by bloody AI-driven robots. These cyborg things, not cyborgs, these robots now, actually cyborgs with Elon Musk's brain chip. The robotics are getting to a point now where we are talking about human replacements in many cases, especially in factories and shit. These humanoids are amazing, you know? Not quite there yet, but, you know, that's getting there. Corporations ruling, yeah, OCP, was it OCP? And useless political power. That's Robocop. Yeah, it is, that's Robocop all over. You didn't realise these things are documentaries, did you? You know? I'm running low on excess, says Streamlabs. I think we all are, aren't we? Oh, believe me. I live quite a simple... I have a lot of gear, right? A lot of tech and shit like that. I do. Right? I love all that stuff, but I use it. It pretty much all gets used. And also have a lot of traditional stuff, such as traditional woodworking gear. I love that as well. And it does get used. It's my job. And it's... Do I buy stuff that I don't really need sometimes? Yeah, of course I do. Or it doesn't prove to be as such a good idea as I hoped it was going to be. And then it just sits on the shelf. Or I sell it. But certainly looking like Robocop, you're right. Excess. I definitely haven't got excess money. I'll tell you that. Me and their missus, we're pretty much month to month. But luckily our overheads are low. The living costs here in France is low, especially if you live like the French do. You know, we grow our own food, we produce a lot of our own electricity, the hot water's all solar, the well provides our water. You know, there's a lot that we do. Still got shit in my eye there. That so we're sort of semi-off grid, if you know what I mean. And I look at things differently now than I ever did before. Now, when I was in the UK, it was a case of, you know, chuck it away. These days, I look at something, what can I make with that? I'm like Doc out of Back to the Future. You know, just what can I do with this thing? I do hoard a lot of stuff, a lot of crap. You know, stuff that's broken and shit like that. I hoard it because, that'll be useful. I might well get the copper out of that or something. You know what I mean? It's just how my mind works. It's different than it used to be. I can't wait to see all the President's Men 2. I haven't seen one. Corporations ruling, useless political power, and Robocop definitely. Some of these billionaires and they're trillionaires and they ought to be ashamed. Oh my God, the anchoring. We have to take some responsibility. We do. Because the only reason these people are billionaires or been given the funds to be able to invest that money is because we keep giving them money. It's just, they're extracting money from us. We keep buying shit. Yeah, Jeff Bezos started with his Amazon, didn't he? You know, his Amazon books and stuff like that. So we have to take some responsibility, and maybe it's now our responsibility to do something about it. Because we can take the money from them. We can do that by not buying their shit, forcing them to have to spend their own money instead of just interest on their investments. So their money's always growing. What we want to do is see their money depleting. So it starts filtering back into the system. You don't necessarily want them to say, all right, we're going to take all your money all at once and shove it all into the system and think, oh shit, all of a sudden the inflation's gone up like that is. You know? Plus the fact that no one's going to want to invest or do anything in the United States or in the UK or anywhere because, you know, if you talk about direct foreign investment, because they'll be scared to. We need a compromise. We need a balance. I don't think it can just be one thing or another, but we do need to make these people, you know, if there is such a thing as a trickle down economy, which there isn't really at all, a little bit maybe. What we need to be more of a flow, all right? We need that money to start flowing down, and not be funny. It's in their best interests as well. They might not see it like that, but it is. As soon as we have got no money, they end up, not having money either. Unless we're in a position where we have to sell our houses for cheap because they get repossessed and there's rich buggers come along and just scoop the whole feckin' lot up. That's where you need legislation to prevent that. These people shouldn't be allowed to buy property that they don't need. Especially with the housing shortages and stuff. How many people out there, I know some people, in fact, people in my family have got second and third homes that they don't even live in, you know? Not even renting them out, they're just sitting there. Coldy homes all over the bloody place. It's just crazy. We need laws. We need laws to stop these people buying homes that humans can live in. You know? Because after they build these places, knock them down and build a load of shit. Oh, Charity Rock. Just being used as liquid assets. Now, if you're in the United Kingdom, we have a really stupid thing that was brought back in by Boris Johnson, asset holding companies, and that's just nuts because any foreign investor then doesn't have to pay any taxes, but native investors do on asset gains. It's just crazy. I'm going to federal prison. Don't pick up the soap. Here in Prague, a business must provide a meal voucher for everyone per shift, and the voucher can be turned in at restaurants, grocery stores, or cafes. Not a huge benefit, but also nice for some. But that's the sort of thing we need to see more of. You know? We do. I think that sort of thing is good. It's about making people happier. You know? If we have happier populations, it's going to be good for the economy. Full stop. You know, you get countries like Finland and what have you, you know, who, well, they say they're happiest people out there and what have you, but they've got high taxation. But they're getting looked after. They understand there's a reason for the taxation because they can see the benefits of it. You know, it's like here in France, the taxation here is quite high, really, especially if you're self-employed like me. In fact, I've got to pay my taxes this month. I've got 3 days. I've got to do it in 3 days. I do see we get something back, all right? We can see it. Yeah, everything is nice and tidy, and we've got a health system that works. Infrastructure's good, you know. It makes a lot of sense. You know, I get it. Oh, I like that, Steve McGowan. A lot of people collect the vouchers and then give them to unhoused people, homeless people. What a lovely thing to do. I like that. Thanks, Joel. Oh, I get you. Thanks, Joel. I don't know how to do that in Spanish. It's in Portuguese. So you got a substitute for would it be like refectory or something for food, a meal? So a meal supplements and it's mandatory payment and part of your pay. Oh, I get you. I think most of Europe is pretty friendly. I think especially if you keep out of some of the cities. Places. Paris is either lovely or it isn't. There's places in Paris you don't really want to go to. Some of it's really. Some people are a bit snotty, all right, in Paris. Not everybody, but there are places in Paris that are a bit snotty. Everyone's under so much pressure. So I don't tend to go to cities and towns, big cities and stuff. I tend to keep away from them. It's not me at all. I like the rural areas. And when you get in the rural areas, people are funny, you know. They look at life differently. They just plod along. Early this year, these businesses were going for a little place called La Forêt de Cognac, not far from Saint-Junien here in France. And there's a stereotypical French geezer on the bike. I mean, he had little round glasses on, and they were thick. We'd say they're milk bottle bottoms. You know what I mean? They're really thick, little round, black-rimmed glasses. He had a French beret on, and he had onions. Not worried about it, strings of onions and garlic. A lot of them. I mean, he's obviously just been doing it from his garden, I imagine, and riding his bike. And it's just, it was just the stereo. Like it's like you go back in time. It was black and white. You think it was, but back in the 1930s or something. It was great. I like it. I liked it. You know what I mean? But that's how that bloke wasn't. That's who he was. And then you go down for instance, I don't know, like Route Nationale, what have you, and you've got some houses on the side. Then they've got their gardens. I mean, you see a little French couple, little women. They have these little pinnies. They like wearing these like little apron pinny things. All right, these women do. Little checker ones, or ones little flowers on and stuff like that. And then her husband would be there with his mattock, and it's bashing the ground about like a hoe. And she'll be there doing her thing with a rake behind him. It's like this. It's like they've done it all their lives. It's like they've got a connection with each other, but also the land, if you know what I mean. And it's just nice to see the simplicity of it. When you think that we seem to live, my generation, your generation, you seem to live this overly complicated life. And it don't need to be like that. But it's just nice. I like to see it. I actually read it. It gives me a warm, fuzzy feeling inside, and it does. Oh, cheers, Vince. Thank you, friend. Vincent Serravo. I think Trump would adhere to the upcoming Supreme Court ruling legality on his tariffs. It could be $1 trillion in refunds. I know. If they rule against them, because apparently they're legal, aren't they? That just means that he hasn't got the support in the Supreme Court that he thought he had. Is anyone else they can change in there? Put any more judges in there, sympathetic to him? Yeah, thanks for that, Vincent. Much appreciated, my friend. So it's yes, that is. Could you imagine the crazy thing about that, right? Where are the refunds going to go? Well, it's going to go to the importers, isn't it? And some of those importers have already passed the tariffs on to the consumer. So they're going to get a double whammy. So the importers have imported the stuff from China, for argument's sake, paid the tariff, then passed the tariff on to you, and then they're going to get the refund on the tariff. Well, they're not going to pass it on to you. They probably don't even know who you are, because you probably bought it from a shop somewhere. Maybe there'll be some legislation that makes them so they have to repay the tariff to the store, but still, not to you. No one's going to know, are they? Online sales, maybe. It could work like that. It's just all going to go back to the bloody importers. All I can say, it looks unpleasant and disruptive from the outside. Imagine being in it. That being said, I understand that the Goblin in Chief is frightening to everyone. Yeah, he is. He must not be funny. He's probably frightening to when he wakes up in the morning, can't go and have a shower, what have you. Before they're like, I don't know, with all the little 12-year-old girls with their sponges mopping them down and shit, and then dosing them in milk or whatever it is, like Cleopatra. And do you think he has got rid of all the mirrors? He's got rid of all, do you reckon? And all the reflections have been like, I've got anti-reflective lacquer on them. So he can't see. Can you imagine what he looks like naked? Oh my giddy aunt. And then he gets his, far down his heel spurs and stick on his leg braces. And then that girdle thing that he's to hold it all in. Did a terrible job on it. And obviously his cankles and his elasticated sock things. And then he's got to do something with his head, with that hair. Is it why he wears the cap all the time? Is it so he hasn't got to bother with his comb over? Or just push it in there, that'll do, get it all in there. That, and you have a bit of a lazy moment. I live on the west coast of Canada, and it's very different here. I would prefer our capital to be here. Why is that? There's quite a bit of dividing in Canadian politics, there, isn't there? But as a whole, you got together regarding the boycotts. Done an amazing job there. Need to go a bit more hardline though. And the importers will still increase prices because their markets for importing are gone. Are you talking about competition? Once you remove competition, prices will go up. That's the problem with a lot of people, obviously. Everything becomes more expensive because there's no competition. That's where the whole idea of getting rid of the competition by putting tariffs on them so they don't import into the United States or any country, in fact. That's when it doesn't work because other companies see this as an opportunity to put their prices up because they've got no competition. I don't even think he's classically evil, says John Feaster. He's worse. He really thinks he's right. He does, I know. And thinks people who oppose him are being mean to him. Being mean to me. He's not evil, he's oblivious. The thing is, I suppose, if he is oblivious, how come all things deliberate? I think it's reactionary. Most definitely reactionary, such as the Reagan ad, from Doug Ford. Have you seen this? The second one with the second ad with Gavin Newsom. Trump has just been trolled left, right, and centre. I just love it. It's definitely the way to do it. Those USA companies used to buy from cheaper markets, and now those markets are selling elsewhere. And the US will be desperate for exporters and will charge them highly. Oh, yeah, looking for export. I'm talking more about internal markets, selling stuff to the American people. So they used to buy from cheaper markets. That's a valid point there, because obviously their stuff, they've got to make it from something, haven't they? And the stuff they're making it from, if it isn't stuff that's already in the United States, they're going to be importing it, aren't they? And those prices will go up. Hey, David! Hola! Hope you're well. Sorry, just shouting then. I keep forgetting. I'm forgetting the microphone's over there. But it's there. I think British Columbia is very much different than Ontario. Okay, I can argue that I'm from Norfolk is very different from arguments like Wales, for instance, or Yorkshire. We have different ideals, We are shit, bro. We are really screwed now, bro. Yeah, unfortunately, you are screwed. I said it before, and I'll say it again. I find it really sad. That's come to this. I find it really sad that people couldn't see the wood from the trees, and can't see what this man is doing. Businesses would get a tariff. Cheers, Vincent. Thanks again for that. Would get a tariff refund and they'd pass it on to us. I would hope they would. But what if they don't know who you are? If you've just gone to the store and bought something that's had a tariff added, how would they know where to pass that on to? Who to pass it on to? So, yeah, there would be tariff refunds, obviously, and they'd go somewhere. But I don't know how they'd find the people. And also be very complicated. Taco doesn't understand most Americans won't buy a made in USA $30 screwdriver. We talk about Snap-on. Unless they use them professionally. No tariff will change that. That's a good point. The thing about Snap-on, I've got a load of Snap-on gear. And it is really good stuff. Right? But a lot of the newer stuff, newer Snap-on stuff, ain't that brilliant. It's a bit hit and miss. You get your lifetime guarantees and shit like that with Snap-on. But I found that there's other makes out there that are pretty much as good and half the price, if not less. So Mad Monk says, when I was working at Glasgow a train station, Scotland, not the USA, an American tourist asked for direction, and whilst taking him, he said, "I hope you marry a white girl." What? Why? Yes, I agree, Mad Monk. He is clearly a racist something or other, if you know what I mean. Now, I've got black grandchildren. You know, people on the channel know that already because sometimes I've been on the channel. And, well, they've been suffering some racism recently in the school by fellow pupils. And they're only tots. I mean, they're only they're only in primary school. You know, where do they get this from? They got it from the parents, didn't they? And there's such a rise in racism in the UK now. And then they obviously got all the flags. Now, I ain't got a problem with the flags, but it's not the flag itself. It's how it's been. What's the word? It's been savaged by the right, basically. The association of the flag now is negative. It didn't used to be. You know, I don't want people being patriots and stuff and loving their country and they're proud of their flag. Why the hell not? But it's like they're doing it for other reasons now. It's like they're doing it because we don't like immigrants, don't like, black faces or brown faces. And, it's just sad. And all evangelical type people, when is somebody going to tell them that Jesus was black? Like huh? I'm not very happy that Doug Ford used $75 million from Ontario to poke the bear. I would consider it as an investment. It put you on the map. It really put you on the map. You might end up getting that back. But I secretly enjoyed Gavin and Newsom and Doug Ford's banter. That was funny, I have to admit. But it's good. And the other thing about this, you see, what they've done is, 75 million quid. Also, what they've done is they've put it. Why Trump hates it so much is because the American people, because obviously he's trying to control the press and control the narrative, with this ad going out to the American people all over the United States, it's telling them that there's an issue here, that it's a crock of shit. Even your Reagan said it was a crock of shit. So I think, it could go in your favour. America's always been this way, and there is even more you have not seen. I was raised differently in a blue state. I used to travel, but now I'm stuck in a red state. I'm sorry to hear that, Andrew. Now, I think the same with racism in general. I think the racists were always there in the UK. Probably the same here within the EU member states and that. But they were under the stone. The problem with people like Trump and Elon Musk, what have you, with his so-called freedom of speech platform, when there is no freedom of speech in the United States anymore. But anyway, there's it's just brought men from underneath the stone, isn't it? It's just given them a platform to spout all this. This racist shit, they just justified them. It's horrendous, absolutely horrendous. John Feaster says, I just have to say this, though I'm from Detroit and was raised on on the Friendly Giant in the 70s. And I love Canada. And this is all just disgusting. It is. I mentioned it yesterday in my live stream yesterday, that poor That poor bloke who got, he's only like 4 foot nothing, you know, he's a tiny little guy, he's blind. And he was just sitting there. He didn't do anything, he wouldn't say anything. He had his white cane with him, just sitting on the floor. And they dragged him off, bashing his head against the fucking ground. Who does that? What kind of bastard you got to be to do that? You know? In what world is that okay? God's sake. So he had 3 mass shootings in 3 days. Fucking rolling. Oh, Aaron Parnas. I like Aaron Parnas. He's a good guy. I don't think he's bought. You can't tell these days. It seems to me that a lot of these platforms out there, and some platforms I actually do watch, but you know, you got Brian Taylor Cohen, they're a bit dodgy, all right, and the chorus and all that, and then you got oh crikey, Pac-Man Show. Those two together, they kind of through chorus. It's been said that they're getting money from APAC or somewhere, so they don't talk about it. If you do a search on their platform, you'll know what I mean. If you put anything in like Gaza, nothing comes up. Because they've agreed not to talk about it. Which is a little bit wrong, isn't it? You know, you're not independent media if you're doing that. Definitely not non-bias. Modest touch I ain't got a clue about. They're making shitloads of money from stupid adverts about beds. What the fuck? Reminds me of my pillow guy who's now lost all his bloody money. 300 odd million just gone because he decided to, oh crikey, say the election was lost and the Dominion vote machines and stuff like that, and he's lost all that bloody money now. Everything, he's broke now. But if you go onto Trump's Truth Social, there's shitloads of adverts on there, bloody loads of adverts about pillows. And then you get random adverts with like girls like doing, you know, kicking each other and stuff on the beach. Bizarre. The main thing wrong with what Doug Ford did, with the ads, was forget that you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You can lead a MAGA to knowledge, but you can't make them learn. That is true. But there are light MAGA out there as well. There are people out there who have an education, who have independent thought, who just fell for the bullshit, you know. Or maybe they're just something they didn't like about Biden, or maybe they've always voted Republican. It's like it's just this thing that they do. Maybe they could be brought to the light, so to speak. Follow the light, carry on, follow the light. The thing is, I suppose when you get old and all that, you know, and you get to realise that life is complicated, you know. It just makes me wonder.
You reach look as good. You are not.
What was that? Say that again.
When 900 years old, you reach look as good. You are not.
Oh, okay. So nobody is mentioning Putin can pee in Trump's plate at dinner, and nothing. What? What's that? Where did you get that from, Captain Laser? Nobody is mentioning Putin can pee in Trump's plate at dinner. What? Oh, he does like his golden showers. I know that much. And and nothing. And Doug Ford puts out an ad with. Oh, I see your point now. Sorry, with Reagan, and the Cheeto chief loses his tiny little fucking mind. Yeah, I get your point now. Yeah. Oh, well, that's him all over, isn't it? You know, and the way he speaks to the press in the White House, in the Oval Office, it's just terrible. That poor girl in there, Asian reporter, I think she's from ABC actually, and it's to make it like that she's oh yeah, fake news. I'm not listening to you. It's horrendous. Oh, it's nuts. Hey, nice Kelly, thank you very much. Keep up the good work. I love and respect you. Oh, thank you for that. Really appreciate it. From Australia, from down under. Oh, thank buddy. Oh, nice one. Thank you. Is that Vincent? Was that Vincent again? Yeah, Vincent. Thanks, Vincent. What have you said? What have you said? I personally think a pro-gun platform is our future to winning back the White House. We have to compromise on something. The thing about, pro-gun platform, even with Kamala Harris, she had guns, you know, and her deputy, they all had Deputy Dark. They all had guns. You know, they weren't trying to get rid of guns. They just wanted some restrictions. You know, stop mad people getting guns. But I hear what you're saying though, because obviously there's some people that just don't understand that. And crikey, who was it now? There was somebody on there I came across who was being asked about guns. Who was it now? Not him. Was it that one? No, it wasn't him. I'll play that one though. There we go.
What brought you here today?
My boss is here, so I come to see him.
Who's your boss?
President Trump.
He's your boss?
President Trump's my boss.
He's all of our bosses.
Oh.
In what way? That he tells you what to do?
He don't tell me what to do. He runs the country in a good way that nobody else can. So I consider him my boss because basically they run this country like a business.
What brought you here today?
He runs the country like a business. Feck's sake! Call in the receivers now! Oh my giddy aunt. So these people are just crazy. I find it very hard to believe that these people have a brain. At all. That it's hollow inside, that it is. Not that one. Where are we? Right, here we go. Oh, where is that? Not that one. All right. No, that's about Donald Trump's hair. That was about Trump Jr. and his coke. You know how it goes. We know what it's about.
Who is working with Donald Trump right now, behind the scenes?
Mostly God.
Donald Trump is getting orders from God?
I think so.
Donald Trump talks to God?
No, he doesn't. Where are we? What's that one?
If you want to put it that way.
So you are arguing that your claim was Russian propaganda?
It could be. But that means that most of your claims could be Democratic propaganda.
Okay, which one of my claims are quote-unquote Democratic propaganda?
I'm just saying in general.
No, that's not how it works. If I'm able to effectively demonstrate why what you're saying is Russian propaganda, and I take it one step further by effectively demonstrating this due to the fact that you can't give any reason for it to be true, you can't just say, no, you. Like, that's not how it works. You know, like, if you want to argue that there's some things that I believe in, if you want to argue that there's some things that I talk about on the live, if you want to argue that there's claims that I make publicly in front of thousands of people that are false, that aren't true, that are propagandistic, and are just talking points from the left, feel free to make that argument. You just have to be able to give reason for it, right? You weren't able to give reason to justify your point that Russia never would have invaded Ukraine if Trump was elected in 2020. Now you can't give any reason to justify your point that I spew Democratic propaganda.
That's the same every time, isn't it? They can't justify anything. It's like when you get this in the chat and you get some comments and you just say, "You gay." It's just nutty. It's just crazy. It's just like these people they haven't got a brain. They really haven't got a brain. And that makes me wonder these people, they walk amongst you, all right? They then impregnate young girls, or they have babies, either one way or the other. And it's just like, what the fuck? It's just the next layer of crazy. The likelihood of these people getting these children getting any form of education that's worth, that would produce somebody who's got cognitive ability, is so unlikely. It's just nuts.
2 men getting married is blank.
Disgusting.
Actually, the answer is legal in the United States.
It's legal, but I don't like it.
I made this shirt right after the mugshot came out because it's one of the most
mugshot shirt
important
on.
photos of all time. Yeah. Why is it important? I mean, it just shows you how corrupt the system is, that he could be, arrested and shown in front of everyone, like in this embarrassing manner on totally trumped up charges. Who is working with Donald Trump right now, behind the scenes?
Mostly God.
Donald Trump is like getting orders from God?
I think so.
What are your thoughts on the first 100 days of Trump presidency?
I think it's wonderful. I think he's a wonderful president, best president that really loves American people and he loves us.
He doesn't.
Loves his country. Because, he's the only man that could do this. I mean, who could replace this wonderful man that we have right now?
Yes, I'm doing much better. I'm literally making 4 times as much as I was making when Obama was president.
What do you do?
I work for a debt relief company.
2 men.
I think that says it all. So this geezer was making 4 times as much money as he was under Obama, and because he works for a debt recovery company. That's because the economy's fucked and everyone's going bankrupt. And that's because of the tariffs. That's my fire. Oh my giddy up, my fire's going out. Oh dear. Oh well, never mind. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, so it's nuts. Oh, thanks, Jerry Rock. Nice one. Cheers, buddy. If Trump has been spoken to by God, then I am Batman. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's just crazy. These people are just nuts. Maybe the God he speaks to is Cthulhu. Maybe. Is he here? Is he here? Is Cthulhu here? They're truly bonkers. They're just absolutely crazy. It just... where do you go from that? How do you turn a country round when you got that? Unless you're going to maybe have a different kind of human cull, where you get all these kind of people and you put them in one place. Not Australia this time, but just on an island somewhere. Maybe Jeffrey Epstein's island if it's big enough. It don't matter. Just crowd them on. You stack them if you have to. It's just. I don't know what to say, really. It's just, these people are just, the level of idiocy is just malfunctioning. And malevolent when you got people like Trump. He don't give a damn about these people, does he? He don't care about them at all. He's got no interest in them. All he cares about is obviously feathering his own nest and his family. Nest. I don't think he actually cares about his family. It's all about money and wealth and status. That's all he cares about. And dancing like a weird man. That is strange.
What will you do if Donald Trump loses the 2024 election?
I'll go ape shit.
What does that mean exactly?
I just go crazy. I think people are going to just lose it if he loses.
Go ape shit?
I'm going to go ape.
What does that mean? What does that look like?
No, we don't want to see that. We don't want to see that. Yeah.
Like what is it? If you go ape shit, like what does that mean?
There's going to be a rebellion if he loses again. They stole the election the first time.
Oh,
for rebellion, like people like online or
vote. They're going to hit the street.
The street. So in real life, a real rebellion.
Yeah, it's going to be way worse.
What will you do if Donald Trump loses the 20?
Well, he didn't, unfortunately. On there. Oh my God! Do you hear that he's putting pressure on Greenland again? Pretty much told them that if you don't give it to us, we're going to come take it. He can roll on. It's like there's no holds barred now. He's going to say whatever he bloody well likes, and everyone just has to listen to it. Oh, for God's sake. The thing is he tends to act on what he says. It's almost like he's priming people. It's like he's laying down the groundworks for it in your head. Oh, and we come to the chat. Poor Canadians, the ground floor neighbour used to be just noisy, but now they're doing crack and off their meds. Yeah, big time. They drank the Kool-Aid knowing full well that they could die or two. It's just like healthcare, isn't it? You know, they're cheering because they think that it's all about the immigrants and whatever. You're not getting any healthcare because they're all getting all this healthcare. They're not, but getting all this, they're getting that, getting everything free. So they're happy for it to be taken away, but they don't seem to think, hang on, oh, they take it away from me as well, are they? Oh. What they took had the bath salts, what? Did they dehydrate you? Poor Canadians. The scary part is the guy probably has a bunch of guns. That's the thing, isn't it, They have. Yep, his fans are in a cult, most definitely. Those are cult members. You can't break the spell with anything. They just give them some Jonestown party Kool-Aid. It's just the worry. That means that the country's not savable. Can't save it. You just hope there's more of you than there is of them. Oh my God, it's 8:20 in the morning in Australia. Well, it's currently 2:23 here now, where I am. And my friend Joe, you're still awake, my friend. I see those videos where Americans have car payments of, wow, $1,200 a month and more. What do you think the cost of these bloody, the Cybertruck, for instance, how much that fucking thing cost? And they can't sell them on, can they? They're stuck with them. Nobody wants them. So Canada apparently is getting up, says Captain Laser, a lot of American doctors and nurses interested in getting out of America. Well, Mark Carney's offering new visas, isn't he, for the H-1B type visas for individuals as well, trying to encourage, because you need a workforce, don't you? If you're going to have this so-called renaissance in like house building or what have you, you're going to need people. If you haven't got enough already, you're going to need more people and skills and trades, tech people, The oil industry in Canada is the big issue. If the USA-owned factories shut down, that's many thousands of jobs. Well, the factories in the United States, such as Stellantis, which was it Brampton? Stellantis, they're building in Brampton, the Jeep. Well, they moved to, oh my God, where was it again? Anyway, back to the United States. But they're going to still building, and they're not going to build, but there's other manufacturers like Pinkerton. Oh my Gideon. A lorry manufacturer in Canada is taking part of its manufacturing assembly back to the United States to avoid the tariffs. And other car manufacturers are doing the same. You've got that whiskey as well, that distiller. They're moving back to the United States. Is it Crown Royal or something that's called? We're going to see a lot of that because they're going to do what they need to do to save their business, but it could actually backfire on them. You've got to find a new direction. Need new clients. Need to say, well, let's just move all our exports or redirect them to Europe, for instance. That can happen. We're crying out for shit. We need a lot of stuff, even timber, lumber, even France, right? And here they do produce a lot of lumber. But a lot of it's exported. We don't actually have enough for ourselves, so there are issues here. So we could do with some lumber, all right? I'd like some cedar, thank you. So I can put it in the backs of my cabinets, so the insects don't eat them. Cascadia was a country proposed before BC joined Canada, and it included California. That's interesting, didn't know that. Jack Black's older brother. Jack Black's actually older than me. I think he's a year older than me, I think. Let's get this right now, Jack Black. When I had my big bushy beard, a lot of people did say I looked like Jack Black. Yeah, he's 56, he's a year older than me. So, yeah, I'll be 56 next year. I do love Jack Black, though. Alright, I'm going to be clocking off in a minute. Get 2 hours in. You can't bring manufacturing back to America when we don't produce the raw materials. Yeah, no, I agree, but they are doing that. They are going to do that. So, obviously, the tariff on the raw materials is going to be less than the tariff on the final product. So there is obviously going to be a saving. And the raw materials could be brought in bulk, I suppose. I'm speculating, obviously. I don't honestly know, but it's a difficult one, isn't it? I kind of feel for these companies, thinking they're trying to hold on to what they've got, or trying to, so they can carry on functioning. But when they start handing out money to Trump, and you think to yourself, crikey, haven't you learned anything? It's just, you can't suck up to these people. And when I see other world leaders sucking up to Trump and giving them credit, I think to myself, you're making a fucking mistake here. Whatever you negotiate with that man, tomorrow it will be worthless. He's gone on about, we're very close to a trade, Scott Besson was, very close to finalising a trade deal with China. It's bollocks. It's all bollocks. It's just delaying the inevitable. Trump is desperate to get that TikTok deal finalised. Now, currently, that's dead in the water at the moment until it gets signed off by Xi Jinping. I don't think he will. He referred to Doug Ford as a good friend. To be fair to an indirect nod to support the Premier Ford's ad. Yeah, Doug Ford was very impressed with Mark Carney because Mark Carney, once he became the Prime Minister, he made an effort to get in contact and meet up with Doug Ford, and they got on really well. And I don't know if you remember, Doug Ford, he had his little speech, what have you, and he was very, he said some good things about Mark Carney. We do need to obviously see, or you need to see the wealth of that, what you get out of it. But that's going to take time. You can't. Society can't make an omelette without breaking some eggs. So some things are going to break first, and then it's going to take time to build shit. It's not going to happen. Just like the effects of tariffs aren't necessarily instant. But when you got the same with when you build anything as well, if you're going trying to put money into the housing industry, to build homes and you won't see the benefit of that straight away. So anything like that. Look at all these deals that they've already managed to soften the terms on with other countries. You could argue some of them aren't perfect, but they've done something better than what they had. It's and here in Europe, for instance, we're very open to the idea of buying Canadian products. We have no issues with that whatsoever. We're happy to do that. We're quite looking forward to it, to be honest. And we're seeing more and more of Canadian products in the stores. It might be food products, what have you. And whiskies, Canadian whiskies. We've seen more of that now. Yeah, I did mention it yesterday actually, but when I see Jack Daniels, and literally no one's buying it. But I've never been to a supermarket in the last few months and seeing the Jack Daniels been taken. You know what I mean? Just they're always full. The shelves always full. Yet beside them now it might be a few bottles gone. For starters, too expensive. Canucks. Who's your favourite hockey team? I ain't got one. All right. For a start, I don't follow sports. I used to play rugby years ago, but I don't really follow sports anymore. I'm so busy all the while, whether it be the channel, following, consuming copious amounts of news and information and fact check. Oh my God, it's full on. I don't get time for sports. I like kayaking and stuff like that. I do a bit of that, but it's, yeah. Jack Daniel is for university students to binge on, or at bars, clubs to have. As well as, it's not actually particularly cheap here. You know, you're looking at 18 to 20 euros for a bottle of Jack Daniels. It's not for me. I won't be paying that. For me, it smells like sick. If I could pay that sort of money, I'd rather get, I don't know, just a blended whiskey for that. An 8-year-old blended whiskey for that sort of money. It could be down better than Jack Daniels. Czech whiskey is making a big move. Yes, I don't know. Goldcock is the #1 whiskey consumed here in Prague now. Yeah, it's like since Brexit, we're seeing some French whiskies now in our stores, which I've never seen before. So yeah, I think some of it's they don't call it Scotch though. Jack is good as Jack and Coke, but that's mostly it. A fair point. I really hope the Canadians will give him a chance. Remember that I think people are going to give him a chance. You might find in BC it might be a bit difficult because obviously it's conservative. But I think they will. There's no way on this earth he can make the changes that he needs to do overnight. He ain't been in that long, has he? Was it 3 months now? Ain't very long, is it? Christ's sake. I'm very happy he's our PM, yeah. He should be. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. I don't like seeing him suck up to Trump, though. I know why he's do. You never sleep nights, you're always up. It is a bit like that. Yeah, it's what, 2:30 at the minute. So. I have 3 years economics, says Joel, and didn't finish it, but I can tell you Carney knows what the hell he's talking about. Yes. Definitely. He does. He's not a stupid man. He was a Bank of England bloody governor for several years, and he did a good job. You know? He needs to not forget the little people. It's early days as yet, so I wouldn't rule him out yet. It's early days. He's got to look after everybody. There's obviously big industries as well who employ a lot of people. He's got to think about that clearly, like steel and all that. But we need to also be looking at all the little small, medium enterprises as well, because a lot of them are the life and soul of communities, aren't they? You know. Is that right, Curious? When he thanked Trump for pushing us to build up our military, it was a backhanded thank you. USA has never allowed us to build it up. Well, it's 70% of Canada's funding for military was going to the United States. It's now being diverted to Europe and other manufacturers, and also natively as well, in the country. And then you've got steel. got iron. You know, why the hell wouldn't you build this stuff yourself? Doesn't make sense not to, really, does it? Give your own people jobs. Cool. Mark is trilingual, English, some French, and Canadian. I thought Canadian is... You speak French in Canada, don't you? Or was it a Canadian version? You're joking. So Steve McGowan saying, looking at the Tesco circular, Jack Daniels is now... Tesco's a supermarket, if you didn't know. Jack Daniels is now more expensive than Jameson or Tullamore. Well, I've had a choice from Tullamore or flipping Jack Daniels. No, I'll be good. They are different whiskies, mine. What's a Sam Ash, isn't it? A bourbon. But still, if I was going to be buying a bourbon, I'd probably go for something like Maker's Mark or something like that. I wouldn't know because it's American, but that's what I'd be going for before this shit hit the fan. Yeah, passive aggressive Canadian. We wanted. Oh, I didn't know about that. Oh, I didn't know. We wanted to. Oh, so Diefenbaker was angry as heck about our Avro arrows not being allowed to be manufactured, and the UK was also part of that too. What isn't Avro? Avro's a UK manufacturer, isn't it? Like the Avro Lancaster, for instance. Yeah, the second stat benefits. No funding from November. That's just 3 days away. That's crazy. When you see people who would consider to be sort of like working to middle class type people and they're going to food banks, something's seriously wrong when that happens, isn't there? It really is. Anyway, I'm going to have to go because my voice is literally fading fast now. But I'd like to thank everybody who joined us, and thanks to the super chats now as well. It's much appreciated. Keeps the channel going, you know. Keeps me enthused, you know. So yeah, I'll probably put up some more videos up tomorrow. I've got those shorts that I've already done. I'll carry on putting them up. Unfortunately, my other videos haven't been doing very well, so I have to think to myself about the amount of time I put into it to the actual value of the video. Because if the message isn't getting out, there's no point, is there? Even with short videos, a lot of them only do like 200 or 300 views. I thought, crikey, it never used to be like that. Something happened, but there you go. Say Livy. Anyway, I am going to go because I'm literally getting to the point where nothing's going to come out of my mouth. So thanks a lot, everybody, including Joel and Mad Monk, who have been helping in the chat. Much appreciated, my friend. The spanners in the works that they are. Yeah, don't forget to beep the old like button on the way out. It's the first time we even said it, you know, about the beep and the old like button. I've got 98 likes. That's pretty cool. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for joining us today, and maybe I'll go live again tomorrow and see how I feel. We'll see. Thanks, Joe, for staying up so late, mate. Much appreciated, my friend.